Hello, good evening. The Daytona Beach, Daytona area. I guess Daytona Beach area. And what I'm doing is just pretty much just getting my laundry done. It's in the background. It's just being done. The time is about, I guess, about 4, almost 5 o'clock in the morning. And so my family and I, we went on a nice vacation. And itself was pretty cool because what we did trying to get to go visit my wife's mother here in Florida. And what happened was like our car pretty much broke down, so we weren't able to do it. We had gotten it fixed, we got it checked out, but it still didn't work out like we had hoped. Anyway, so I just wanted to do a quick video and say, hey, just pretty much, everything's going good. A lot of thoughts. The big thing, the big scare right now is about the Hurricane Dorian, and they says it went from a category, it was 3 to now category 5. We're not getting anything right here in Daytona right now. It's Sunday morning. We're going to be flying out soon to go to back to NYC, and it's an interesting week. We got here about Wednesday, and then Wednesday we got our car, and then we went to our location, and from there we were able to get a good night's sleep, and then wake up the next day and begin the whole process of like, oh goodness, the big old plummet of like, ooh, look at you, ooh, good. Show you. Process of getting ready. We did a lot of things. My kids had never been lizard hunting before. I used to collect a lot of lizards and stuff. And anyway, so what happened was I would do like a lot of lizard type. I had lizards for pets. And this bug is coming right from my foot. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So what happened was we had many things that we were doing. Catching lizards. We caught geckos. We started the first night. We caught geckos. Catch and release, of course. Then we caught actually Bahama anoles, and we caught a couple of just regular quails. We caught a couple of curly tail lizards, and we also caught. Let's see what we didn't catch. We were hunting. We caught some frogs and some toads. We caught a bunch of little geckos, house geckos and stuff. We caught a couple of bugs. We had a net, and we kind of swung the net, getting stuff done. Anyway, so what happened? What was really cool was that we were able to just spend time. And then for the first time in my life, we actually saw iguanas. I've seen them like in pet shops, and I've seen people have them as pets, but seeing them in the wild, and then we got a chance to run them down and chase them, and it was really cool. We got a chance to really chase them. A couple of iguanas, and then they dove into the water, and it was such an amazing experience. I actually have the video of that, and I don't have it with me now because it's on my other camera, but it's on my old cell phone. But the thing is, it still records in my head. I just don't have the service on anymore. So I upgraded to this one 2 years ago for this one. It was this one's much better than what I had before. She was like 2 years. It was such a good time. Got to visit Amy's mom. I visited her twice. We had to get a chance to do a lot of cool things. We didn't spend that much money. We just went to different places, and we traveled about a bit. Went to a couple of places, got a couple of things that we needed. And we were very very mom vacation. We only had like one check-in bag, and imagine a family of 6 having one check-in bag. That means we did advanced planning and thinking about how to make it all happen. So overall, the whole course of the thing was it was one of those very intense things. So as soon as we land, we started being told that there's going to be a hurricane, and a hurricane's going to hit our area. So we were like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? So I started praying. I said, God, please, you can do anything. Christ in the vessel, we could smile at the storm. And there's many times where, the Bible talks about how Jesus was asleep in the boat and how there was a storm raging, how even though the storm was raging, Jesus was walking on water. And Jesus controls the winds, even the winds and the waves obey him. So it's like, definitely, a hurricane is nothing but a wind, In my dinosaur story, I actually did the dinosaur story before I got here, and I'm just in the process of uploading it. Well, that's not uploading, but pretty much the process of just putting it on my Instagram page. And it takes a lot of mental power to kind of think about what each episode has to be, because they all have to tie in together. I write a lot of blueprints to tie them all together, but to go back to it, I have a hurricane in my dinosaur camping story, and it's very ironic that here it is, writing about hurricanes, and here we're going to face a hurricane. But, Lord willing, we're going to be home before that happens, and we hope that the hurricane itself dissipates, because many times, it's the first hurricane for the season, and all of a sudden they're going to talk about a big devastating one that's never been seen before. So with all that, I'm just like, okay, well, that's sad to hear. It's really kind of sad just to be able to have a hurricane happening. I could have put a damper on our time, but it didn't stop us any. We went swimming at the Holiday Inn, and we went swimming again here at La Quinta, and then we went swimming at the beach, at Daytona Beach, and it was empty at Daytona Beach, which was great. A lot of powerful water and surges in the water, which is perfect. There was no animals in the water, which is we were used to seeing animals or some kind of creatures every so often. We saw birds and fish. We saw so many, different types of animals and stuff. And it was really cool. So I'm gonna get up right now. I'm gonna go for a little walk. I'm gonna come with me. I'm gonna get our laundry set up. So here's what happens. This is the area that I'm at right here. And then ask permission, let me tell you. If you ask permission, you can do anything. I'm gonna get my laundry that's being taken care of here. And go over here and judge me do my laundry. Oh, it was weird. 4 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, there was some guy. He was came over. And he was just kind of, and I had a chance to, see him for a little bit. But it caught me off guard because, I know what's going on. And you have homeless people everywhere, and you have people just everywhere about everything. But one of the scary things is that, just pretty much, I'm in a place I don't know. And it's just, you have this scenario where it's like, I'm gonna, if I don't hold it, then I can't be talking live stream, and with live stream, it's supposed to play. Some cool, just good things. That was possible with that. So we just had a couple of clothes. We had all this clothes fit into our suitcase. Now, I'm even wondering if I should fold them because it's like, you have a situation where it's like, you fold these things. You have to get all this stuff done. So we just separate all the underwear and stuff into the bags, little stuff like that, more stuff. Because see, I have like a family and my family is pretty big. I got obviously, a family of 6. And the family of 6, a lot of laundry that comes with that. A lot of laundry that comes with that. So, we've been teaching kids forever, since we were young, about the importance of just accepting people the way they are, and about not being ashamed of your body, because it's the body that gave you. So when you, just pretty much, we teach them not to have body issues, but how people still have body issues. It's just the way we are. Get to a point in your life where you're just, you don't care anymore, but there's a part where you do care, and for a while, and then you realize, hey, nobody cares. I have a couple of friends, I have a lot of friends actually care a lot about their body and the way their body looks. How they look in terms of how they're healthy. Everybody should be concerned about how healthy they are, it's very important. But what you should be more concerned about is, how, just the fact that you have a body and your body works, and that if nobody in the world likes it, nobody else likes it, then you like it because it's your body. And the next thing too is when you have a scenario where get to go places. I was really happy to just meet my wife, and I thank God so much for that, because my wife is an awesome woman. I learned a lot from her. She was, let me tell you how we met. I'll tell you how we met real quick. Why not? So, but before I get there, I just want to say a couple things. This hurricane thing, we're looking at this, and right now this is really calm before the storm. That was a lovely day we had at the beach. Really calm before the storm kind of scenario. And so with the calm before the storm type thing, it was really nice day. I'm really glad to. So you have a calm before the storm kind of thing, and it's really nice at the beach, even though it's like a winds and waves. It's like, I have a couple friends who are part of like a clothing optional, and they're part of different clothing optional groups, and I so wanted to meet a whole bunch of them on this trip, and we weren't sure about the logistics of how it all going to work out. We were like not sure exactly where we were going to go. I wanted to go to, I still might be able to go to Cape Canaveral and go to like NASA, Kennedy Space Center. Not because I want to fall in love with the rockets and stuff like that. No, we have rockets in New York by Hall of Science. Actually, pretty much I've seen it all my life. I want to kind of go to see that because it's kind of a lifetime thing, once in a lifetime type thing to be able to see the Space Center. And so the Space Center itself is is kind of, you know, see how it's like I'm watching that big globe that we have over in the big globe that they have over in like the whole science over in the Queen. It kind of looks like flat Earth. You know, I believe a little bit about that. The Bible says, you know, when God stopped the sun and moon stars from moving, moving that day for Joshua, it said the sun and moon stood still, it said the earth stood still. I mean, you know, perspective or not, you know, they were, you know, we talked about the Egyptians. The Egyptians believed the earth was flat. You know, also the, you know, most of the society believed the earth was flat. So I don't believe that the earth is round. I don't believe the earth is round. I believe it's flat based upon the fact that the cube city in Revelation is also going to be flat. It's flat, it's one of those things where so 1500 is 1,500 miles. And 1,500 miles don't work so well on a round ball because every 7 is another arc degree of curve. So 70, you know, you look into 1,500 straight miles on a cube, base pyramid. Some people say, what if it's a pyramid and still it's a flat base? You know, still a flat base with a 1,500, you know, 1,500 miles left the breadth of the height. And anyway, so what happens is like you have a scenario where you're face to face with the aspect of like that the Earth, you know, when you see stuff from NASA, it's all, you know, made up. And why I say that is that even though, you know, people have been there and seen stuff, you know, they have simulations. You know, you've seen the movie Gravity. You think that gravity looks real. You know, how do you know it's not real? You know, it's not real. They tell you that what is real is real. But, you know, you believe with your eyes. Believe with your eyes, believe with the word says, believe the text says. And believe it or not, the Bible has been my guiding star since I've been a kid. And, you know, people would say, well, is your parents' faith? It's like, no. There came a point where it's my faith. When I was about 7 years old, when Jesus came. And see, what that meant was that I put my trust in Him for eternal life. You know, I believe there's no other way, no spiritual way to get to God other than through Jesus. Because, you know, every other way requires a person to be absolutely perfect in all they're doing and all they're saying. In everything that they're doing, you know. Whereas, you know, when you come to the Bible, where God says about how there's none perfect, there's none at one. So when you're starting off with a base that's already broken. So if you're perfect, not perfect, how are you going to get the favor and the majesty of Almighty God to be in your favor? You know? So then you come to God, you say, well, you know, I can't be what they want me to be because I don't have the capacity to be what they want me to be because you know, God wants me to be. And remember, once I this before, I was saying I wrote move my laundry this way. See me, and I keep talking to you. Anyway, so what happens is like, you know, the majority of things is that it's what God thinks about you, and what God thinks about us that we're sinners and that we need a Savior. And at the end of the day, we need to rekindle with God because it's talked about how our beginning was made, how we were formed out of dust, and how, you know, we were all partners together. God made us male and female in the beginning, and male and female created us in the image of God, which means that men and women are equal in worth to God, and that, you know, we have loads of different things that we do to maintain humanity, and that when we start breaking down humanity, eventually we become like, you know, we don't function as how we are supposed to function in terms of, you know, being creative and giving God glory and things like that, and eventually we become glorifying ourselves and glorifying men and the work that men do, as opposed to the work that Almighty God does. And so we forget our Creator. Eventually become, we cease from being good, and you can't have moral righteousness apart from God. Absolute moral righteousness, you can't have that apart from God. People have arguments about this. I've been listening to like a whole bunch of philosophers last couple of weeks, let me tell you. And each one of them comes to the same conclusion that I always came to when I was about not 7, but when I was about maybe 14 or so, when I started studying this stuff, you know, I came to the conclusion that the best one with the best information out there for us to put our trust in is the Lord Jesus Christ and what He did for us on the cross. Why? Because what He did for us was truly amazing, and that the Bible talks about, greater love hath no man than this, than to lay down your life for their friend. Greater love hath no man than this, you know, to lay down your life for your friend. If you love somebody, the greatest gift is you can give your life. Like when a person asks someone to marry them, a man asks a woman to marry her, you know, and the woman accepts, there's no greater love than for a person, man and woman, to give to each other, and that they make a family. And like in our case, we have 6 children, We have 2 boys and 2 girls, my wife and I, and pretty much from that we were able to make a family, a nice family from that. So one of the things is this, back to how my wife and I we met in Times Square, and I got a chance to, I was street preaching, I was doing some street preaching in the city, and street preaching means I was actually using a canvas board, and paint as part of the ministry, outdoor street preaching evangelism ministry. And what happened in that ministry was that we would go and talk to people on the street. So that's where my warm and charming personality got the chance to be put into play. I got a chance to meet different people, and it was really cool because when you meet different people from around the world, you really meet a lot of people from around the world, different backgrounds, and you become a person of great understanding. You go into a lot of different scenarios and situations. You know, one of the things I found out about life is that everybody's different, ain't nobody the same, but everybody has the same problem. We all have sin. We all need love. We all have, we have a hole in our heart that needs to be filled, and nothing in this world can fill it except for Christ. And when it fills it, it satiates you in such a way that you don't need to look for your spiritual fulfillment anywhere else. People talk about you're doing meditation and stuff, but you're meditating on nothing, just getting a whole lot more of nothing. And you start focusing on who God is and what God does, and what God's able to do in life, To me, this trip that we're on is a miracle. I thank God so much for it. I thank God for my dad and for Amy and for my job that I work, at a hardware store that I work at. If you know the name of it, I call it the office. And pretty much I thank God for that because that they allowed me to take time off to do this trip for the family reunion and be able to do this. So I thank God for my dad and for my wife, and everybody pitched in to make this trip possible. I'm gladly doing laundry at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting ready for our departure, back to NYC. And it's been a real blessing, actually, to be able to do all these things. So what I'm going to do is that inside my bag. So what I do whenever I'm by myself, I just pretty much like to talk or write or draw pictures and tell stories. I have a whole dinosaur story, you know about that. And dinosaur penguins, and dinosaur stories. I've been working for 4 years, this is September 4th, and my next 4 years, writing the story exactly 4 years on September 4th. I started writing September 4th. And fold all clothes, wash all the clothes, which is like, someone take you with me. Alright, so, you know what? I need to get the keys ready. Get the key ready. Don't have the keys. I need to get your door ready. Get that real quick. It's really cool. The zip-up bags, zip-up bags are awesome. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. The zip-up bag, one of the might be stuff. So you put your stuff in the zip-up bag, right there. Keep it dry. This is my bag, by the way. It's my flag. I was able to decoupage it. I put some Mod Podge on it to keep it from getting scratched. So it's almost like a seal. Here's some. Here's my card key. Here's my little key inside my bag. Yes, I walk with dinosaurs. So here we go. Hoping to make like much banging sounds and stuff because I can't really hear what I'm saying. But I hope detergent. You know how you do that? When you wash clothes around in detergent? I'll tell you real quick. It goes like this. How you do? How you wash clothes around detergent? You gotta use shampoo. You gotta use shampoo and you gotta use a bar of soap. That's how you wash clothes with that detergent. Next thing is that pretty much you have this scenario where you're in this place and you have to definitely be quiet because it's this way. It's gotta be quiet. Air conditioning in Florida is very hot. It's a very hot place here in Florida. It makes me. So here I'm walking through just tore up my nail. You know that part thing on your nail where you get bruised? See, there's like a nice ice cream machine right here. Oh my goodness, it's wonderful. But I can't get any right now because I don't have any more change. So I have to go upstairs. So here I'm walking. Don't worry, I'll cut the camera before I get to my room so you don't know. Well, I am, but it doesn't really matter because even though it's live, not too many people are watching this right now. So I figure by the time you watch this video, if you decide to watch this video, I'll be all the way back in New York City. And so, yeah, that'll be my story. Okay, so I just want to say thank you so much for paying attention and letting me be able to present and talk to you. And so I can't really talk too much because, you know, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.